Yeah, Benen Yon, welcome to another edition of Gambian Zone Hot Seat fii ci QTV kër gu mag yi ànd ak Jollof Arts Entertainment. Tey nag ñu dalal beneen daanaan, beneen superstar in the Gambian music scene. I call him one of the biggest hit makers in the country. Yeah?
Thank you, bro.
And not only that, foog naa ne bokk na si artiste yu njëkk a eewu ci stage, njëkk a eewu ci live band, njëkk a eewu how nañ de mun a connecté ak crowd bi ba def lu nice gars yëpp appreciate. And for over 15 years. Mungchi, one of those guys that build up Gambian urban music, and still now Mungchi the rock, and for that I have huge respect for him.
Thank you so
Trouble.
much. Thank you, sir.
Welcome to the Gambian Zone.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's good to have you.
The money I contact every time I come.
Yeah, man, you're back. You're all good, man.
But I'm back.
Yeah, man.
Thank you so much.
Briefly, come hot seat but it's important we.
Yeah, we'll have a good ride.
Sure. Let's reflect back. Smalls, as an artist, Smalls, Judochi, Kerry Gewel, Smalls built up Bopam, Smalls for 15 years, hit songs, Danwara Dalu, Yo Jisga Yow, all those things, Country Flag, all those things, songs you hamne, Gambia ni just 90% Bopa, but time exifita. If you're going to review that briefly, how would you do that?
Wow. Yeah, it's a long journey though. It's a very long journey. I'm gonna say it all started with just the love we have for it. You know, of course, I grew up in a Giriot house, in a musical house whereby you have all these instruments. You know, we make the instruments and we play them. So that's definitely a big source of inspiration. But
can you still play the kora?
Yeah, but not like
not
a pro. No, just.
Can you play the balafon?
No.
But the kora, yeah.
But the kora, some basic chords. And I can play the guitar better.
Sure, I know about that.
Yeah, but yeah. Like I said, all this was an inspiration. But when we were growing up and we started having passion for it from the school, this was more like. We were not observing any rules like either it's tradition or whatever. We were just wanting to do music and to be known on the street. So the love for it, we were really vibrant and really ready for anything for just the people to know that we are doing music, you know. Despite the fact that time we know
that view like
yes, exactly.
That was the look, eh?
That was the look, and that was exactly what people assume, you know, when you were rapping. So it was more like we don't care, we just want the people to know we are doing this. And already, before you know it, your friends start to be your fans, you know, and then it grew from that to kind of groups that we organized to do shows for ourselves. We start doing shows in community centers, in cinema halls, you know, and all of that. And then the fans start to grow up easy. But I guess this was also because Gambia was dominated with reggae and dancehall already. So to bring something else for people to hear you have to say things that people want to hear also, you know. So we start to bring topics like Yo Gisna Yo, you know, Wahambane Bisikirbi, Chono Life, you know. And topics like that, you know, so people Save My Soul, Denwara Dalu, you know, Nyata Dorong Bena, you know, Mukamu Nyako Jibe, all of that in those years. Then people start to pay attention, wow, and then they start to feel it, you know. Man, personally, I was going in the street, people saying Giskayo, you know, like instead of my name, you know, because they understood it. And then we start making shows, and then the crowd start to follow. And of course, the open mic monthly was also one tool that was really helping us to be known. And for my case, I was on the competition for Chartbusters. And all of this made people to know you or recognize you as an artist. Billegi, we are doing it, you know. So I can say it's a whole process. But eventually, come school, Nitsuneke school from primary 1 to being a graduate. So for me, it happened for me like that, you know, musically. Lulu Mota, you see, I belong to a lot of genres at one point, and it's like there is a balance there. You know, if I'm doing a project, you know, this project is focused on this kind of songs, and I'm able to do them still. And if somebody is doing a reggae lineup, he shouts at me, Smalls, we want you to be there, I'm still there, you know. So all this, the take, You know.
But tay muneka tay. Yeah,
Yeah,
you forgot to include something. I'm going to ask you that. I know or I understand you were working with one of the biggest parastatals in the country, and then nangam provide saligay because of music.
That's true. Yes,
Risky.
That's true. Yeah.
Lala pabi wah bo bay.
Tonya Ibrahim bela doko bula ni musical. You know, and I was like, yes. And he couldn't understand it, you know. But it was like that I already start seeing the vision, you know, that so many love on the street, so many people. So if people are saying music dula johdara, then I believe it, then no lam fademe. But if I'm having the love and I know then I have to follow that, you know. So it was a big debate within myself. And office be instead of my concentrate my songs. So I feel like I'm not living here. I don't belong to this place, you know. I have to do something. So looking at your feet was Damatuki, and then I want to travel again. Then it was hard for me. You know, I have to stop work and then concentrate fully.
Yes, yeah. And there was BK City back then, one of the biggest movements. Yes. Intimidating movement.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, support. Why sometimes you meet it, sometimes
yeah,
it was
so proud as well.
Yeah, because of that intimidation by force. Some was artists. Then you neka si Suso and all.
So you definitely open mic. We have to fight to make sure the guy
said artists and you cheering up.
You cheering up.
And then momentum started building up.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Or anybody comes, we have to want to wear something about
sure, BK. And suddenly you just that movement, everybody started falling in love. Then xam nga rek you egg besi kaw fogg mo am better time mo bus.
Yeah.
Then the bus came. But what was responsible for it?
To be honest, I will say BK was bigger than just individuals. I've had a gohla one after, but of course new individuals see them because you see street before and you get of music. Of course music be having attention to different places. Lulu Tana, you recognize you as artists. So Luta guy recognize BK tamid as BK. You don't represent Lolo on those platforms, you know.
And so face me, huh?
Yeah, you neko face me. So it get to a level where BK was like the whole backcourt representing for BK, not even only the artists. Mota bente you go oya BK, you know. So along the way, you know, all these artists, Tam, Not Mafia, Buggle, M. Nozo, myself, JB, Heartbreaker, all of them were representing BK. You know, we get to a level where like the growth start, Smalls having beef with G-Fale, and all of a sudden Tam it ekati that thing, you know, so it kind of divide, and yeah, kind of.
Precisely, talking about Tam, Tam, okay, you and Tam, I would comfortably say you were the face of BK.
Yeah,
but you were the two major faces of BK.
Of course, Tam was Tam was really like you will say T.Smallz and the next thing you're gonna say is Tam, or if you say Tam you're still gonna say T.Smallz. So it was like that.
Yeah, and suddenly there was this issue, this beef. What was responsible? But Belama Wasa, many people believe dafa nekkoon confrontation of two big heads comme lu olof de wax ñaari kuy mënuñoo bokk ci benn mbalka or was it something personal or
no ñu wax ñooñu noonu understand xanaa duñ dee déglu songs yi. It was Tam already subdued to me as the papa. Even on songs, my papa is the Gambia's hardest good season.
So mother today Baba, right?
Mom, yeah, like literally my mom used to call me Baba. And of course my close friends, you know, why mom, he kind of glorified it. He made it popular, you know, because Papa reclam madan oye. Tam like will be on the chair, man you Tam mujuk man talk. It was like that, you know. So much respect between you and men. So that's why I was even scared.
Because of Yakom Makla one or because of musically?
Malcolm Makla number one, but number two also, I was giving them the platform. I was kind of, I was giving them the platform. I was giving them access to record. I was giving him access to songs. You know,
you were paying for his recordings.
Let's say I was the executive producer.
Okay.
Let's put it this way.
All right.
And this
Fair
includes
enough.
sometimes even transportations to places and whatever we have to do, because I was responsible for everything. I was responsible for put records samugina or put records on your record go. You know what I mean? I was I was having my own songs, you might record muje. But because we are supposed to take a project out, I was taking my verses out and leave the hook for you. You have your own verses. You want more than you want to leave people, but can't do come deny because I am somebody. I keep records. You know, channel life. I did channel life fully, but time before even a verse, I did both verses. After I have to take the verses out and put him in there, you know, because it was not only about me then, it was about BK. Then Nizul Tamit start the enter, Nizul start they have the same access to Songsi. Bogle has the same access to Songsi, and Mafia had the same access to Songsi. You know, but in the beginning, Tam was with they were called Grand Hustlers. He was not even solo artist, he was a Grand Hustlers. They invited me to their first recording session, and because my producer was producing that. And then when Grand Hustlers fall out, then Tam was strictly with me all the time to make sure we are making music, you know. So I was surprised and Tam got this different all this. When I asked Luther Tam ma clash on the internet or whatever he's saying. But then I had sources yeah, he's probably doing it because G had it with me and it was good for G, so it will probably work for him. I don't know the digger and the deco digger, but I had this. And I'm like, Key, small brother, like, I will go to Tam's house. Like, yeah, I'm home, guy, I'm yip, both houses. I was even working with Tam's mother at some point in the same office. So, Tam's were and the issue bobu no te mushoot my face man directly then why should I respond to this? You know, I'm gonna wait until that day happens. So I just left everybody this out about this internet. Journalists show my oil and I don't want to talk about this because it was more like family. So I was waiting for that to happen. Then day amut. But one day my message on my phone, Tam, I still have the message. Tam he was just young and dumb at that time, so he didn't know what he was doing. And I'm like, I have nothing in my heart, you know. That's one reason Luther replied, you know, to have that. I mean, she fake come mom num ko jappé won ci beef bi ak nit ñi nuñ ko jappé won su fekké né lool la kon tam suma dox ci street bi dina ñew mo but he can't do that because he knows me tamit as a person no moment. But there was no joté. Did you feel offended or did you feel so bad? See Beef song B when he said like, I cannot remember exactly the verse, but he was saying like, where is our money? Like implying that you had their money, or Carlos Santana, where is your guitar and all. Did you feel I
attacked?
Don't feel nothing because Tam full mixtape key more guinea every halis to make sure that mu different songs. I don't want to talk like I said family like Balma maintain what like I won't say some things, you know, but like come new hampuba because they know my matter what I do because I do it between me and my God. You know what I mean? And Tam si boba mom hamna lulu so fekk ne mom daf ma wara large Hallis. Ban Hallis, where did we even win?
Yo Akji, Lala, because to be honest enough, many people believe it was staged. What would you say about it?
No, it wasn't staged. It wasn't staged. We had a beef, like before Nini di ham beef be.
And that was
we
when?
We even fought. That was in Lamen.
Physical fight, right?
Yeah, in Lamen we didn't fight there. We had the beef there. We had the beef. To me, it started in the studio, and then Manyo Lamen, my address my boss on the stage, and then Manyo on the stage, and it was a little bit vibe there. After that vibe, Madam Pipeline, Senior X-Miles, I forgot how it used to be called. Yeah, but yeah, Lenderhan, or I don't know. But
yeah, there was Lenderhan, yeah.
Madam Fufunono, so G came there and we had a fight. You know, and the same night, guy Jumol, so it was interesting. After Lulu, we were just artists, it's the industry and always trying to have airplays the basement, we are playing at the open mic. 2 years later, G come on the internet again with this. You know, man, how much I learned
2 years after the actual fight.
Yeah. 2 years after the actual fight, we had no problem again after Bunyu Jubolo. Why 2 years after, la genius internet be there, I'm like T.Smallz need to listen. Sorry for my language.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, huh? all of a sudden bala my fix problem bobu nonu bam Sunday or Saturday la ma dega wax sahala radio they play beef song bi or nit ñi di ma call my phone bi was blowing with messages and calls ne G dissed you. I'm like, huh? Okay. Mang don't try sa luta mo man saga sa internet bi legi song again. You know, but then I was smart. Then automatically maham like everybody know T.Smallz at this point in time. And my mom jote. So there's only one reason he's doing it is to get the same popularity as Smallz.
Or feed from your popularity. Feed from your popularity. Yeah.
Small but that's the truth, you know. So boom the fellow no. It was hard for me to respond at that time. Why? I was being careful. Boom, I'm the same thing with me, but at some point, they can be Jelko. Next G for this T.Smallz, you know. So he got some power at some point. So my reply at time, but I could either be at risk of winning the beef or losing the beef. Man, no. Come mom, that man used to be popular. Let's play checkers. Let's bring Mafia with disco. I wrote a whole song and give it to Mafia, and when I'm gonna move.
They use own beat up, huh?
Yes, because beef is like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So when I get it beef, I take your thing and then return it on you. So he did bull following you with Jelly. So I'm like, okay, T.Smallz, what would I follow you? But somebody need to say it. Well, you know, so Maf was like Smallz, bull following you, just to put me in that state of
Gambian zone hot seat feel like they have many, especially the younger generation, would not understand some of these things, but I can tell you, you fuel switch industry.
That's true.
All right, Smallz, from beef bake, BK and everything. Now let's come to the productions.
Yes.
You always have that style of always connecting with your fans. Well, the songs you have, everybody would feel the vibe. So go play Nyebnekasi from Yo Gis Nga Yow, from Dañ Wara Dalu, all of those songs, huh?
Always on my mind.
Yeah, Country Flag. No, smoke on lim fi and technically builds a song. How did you manage for that awareness at that level of understanding for muna connectivity?
Yeah, Siman like force thing luma understand, and this source of inspiration is from Bob Marley. Bob Marley is one of the most celebrated people, but when you listen to his songs, even a child can sing the song.
Simple and straightforward.
Simple and straightforward, and he's like one of the biggest revolutionists, you know what I mean? So what I studied in that is he came down to the level of the audience, you know, put Mumuna Mash along with them. So, and I'm also coming from the Gambia, and the people who are listening to me, I need to come down to their level, you know, catch their attention. So basically the whole time of my career, Lulu, they pay attention to it. I can write deep songs. When you listen to Save My Soul, you can agree to me.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, you know, but like those songs are made for certain kind of audience. But if you want to have the bigger audience, tamit fog nga ñëw to the level of everybody nga mëna binda pour catch. So man suma writing skills is always point on that.
All right, now let's come to performance. You had Suno Musical, it was so popping in one of the radio stations. You perform at Alliance. Even all the shows you were there, always killing it, nitty vibe. And the Suno Musical anniversary was something that was so special, so nice. I can fully remember Alliance Ganyo sa Sako Pompitervi. Yeah, that invention was so good. So good, so nice. But at one point in time, then relative struggle in terms of more successful. Wow, yes. You were there with the band, always insisting for band new. Wow, Gajo or IDZ, flyer, posters here and there. But it wasn't successful in terms of turnout. Lutangaran insist and why it wasn't being successful.
Yeah, like for me, even failures are success now. The fact that is there, then I am never gonna stop because I want to give them confidence. But I know one thing also, it was not normal. It was not natural, I can say.
Still on productions, I think apart from Wagan, you were the first person who say No Face on the Cover, a big producer from Senegal. You did a collab with Adi Uza. It was dope. You did another one with I Octane.
Yeah.
And one of the first ideas with them, say start people launch for album. The first one with I Octane, then the second one with Inyanya. With all that, you just know, coming to those two events, you just know, relatively it wasn't successful in terms of turnout.
Let's say Bu Inyanya bisa, but Bu I Octane was really good.
Yeah. Bu I Octane, but considering I Octane. Yes. Let's say I Octane, T.Smallz.
I Octane time you're gonna treat it.
Nakala fire. What is the name of this song? Fire dancer. Yeah. But considering Gambia, mungi neka reggae country.
Dancehall, yeah.
Reggae dancehall. Namga T.Smallz grind over the years. Why do you think those two
events?
Yeah, those two events with trajectory we might try to build finger jari wasn't relatively successful in quotation in terms of turnout.
Even Bobu no mun na washing tickets he said like to because ni then over bari the guy damashin bunta. So the crowd was really there, and afterwards the mid society I Octane time Bobu no neko the same I Octane legi time Bobu no tam mom tam ngi just rise on tamit yagu no Gambia start nañ di ko deglu but not 100%. So to me it was a fair crowd. I start professional like come yenen artists yi ñu ñëw recently sa opale on I Octane big crowd. But Bu Inyanya Bitamit was like two things. People expected flavor, then it was supposed to be Inyanya alone. And then second, it was the impasse around that time, 2016.
I was there. I think I emceed that show.
So the country was kind of not really safe and all of that. But then show being schedule. A lot of people wanted us to stop it, but it was late because investment bubari mushi dogan already, and time bubu soko stop it, you already lose. So it was more like, let's just do it whatever we have there. And a lot of things business wise, a lot of people were involved. So so if that's gonna be my excuse to say that lot of show you I would say that lol, but it doesn't mean that small mushita def tamit big shows you successful. So it's equally like that. Why for now no masi yage mota nga muna gis suma failure ak suma success. And for man loli success like, because that's what makes me who I am today. You know.
Trouble Smallz Katatu gannaaw buñ defee taxaw seetlu ak jàngat ci jaar-jaar yëpp. Let's come to ci lan la nekk right now, double album launching. Yeah, but balaa ñoo ñëw ci loolu we gonna watch benn clip. Man Symbol laa choose.
Charlie down. Katato. Katato. Wole na watu. Jombe na letano. Oto time cheko. Abeli sembo. I can patiently wait. Oh Father, hear my prayers. Patiently pray. Oh Father, chase them away. Chase them from me. Hypocrites, bad mind, looking at jealousy. Take them from me. They don't wanna see me shining, shining, shining. Why I do behind the curtain? Why I do that? Curtains, spy on your dirty plannings, plannings. Lulu Alante, I'm shining. Kakato, moving now I do. Jumping on the diamond. Your time will check. I've been in Simbo. You've been a what? I don't see. Young been on a diamond. Your time will check. I've been in Simbo. I'll make a telana. Oh Lord, I'll make a fulama. Sila jamde falsa patama ameta nyawo nyandindu fonsi sofa ai fa rintuba le bantele kumpoto anala bori juje lengi la fangman kunoko gole dugudi gole dunga dagati bondi noja birinchu facha bala bambaninja ai fa obena wado all the time, oh, baby, for the time, oh, Jacob.
Welcome back to Gambian Zone Hot Seat Sembo. It was right now. If you want to paint a picture of Small, some def say album B, these two albums, Smallz as an artist, what kind of picture would you paint?
I would say this album, you're gonna feel so much maturity from the musical side, and production-wise, you're gonna feel a lot of professionalism in the mixing and the mastering, the output and everything. You're gonna feel that, but because I have all these kind of people as my fans, who gonna like me to sound like the Gis Nga Yow days or the Choro Live or the Save My Soul. So I kind of bring that vibe again, but in more of a melodious way. You know, like back in the days, people know the Gis Nga Yow was more of the rowdy. I could do the Jambar song like that. Jambar Dawood, Dafa Uti Dole. You know, instead of doing it that way. Jambar Dawood, Dafa Uti Dole, Dole. You know, so basically I wrote the songs as a rapper and then delivered them as a singer, you know, as with melodies, you know. Like Kintambala Vijao, Nansindulu Algejimi, hey. If you listen to the lyrics and the delivery, you're gonna feel like I am kind of rapping, but still you can feel the melodies, you know. So it's like we just kind of put it that way to be able to keep playing the songs on platforms whereby some audience are not the rowdy type, you know, and I'm more of the live band person. So definitely the songs have to fit my character and also fit the character of the people who are watching in any way or in any platform. In this album, a lot of people who like me to rap or used to hear me the Gis Nga Yow days, they will like songs like Jambar Dawood or Fambondi, you know. Moman Kentin London, you know, yeah, I do tell you, you know, songs like that. Instead of just rapping it straight, I kind of play with it to be more singing friendly, you know.
Yep, Johan, the color of the album, basically, evolvement, be at moving to another level as an artist. Yo, Legi, I'm gonna put on the spot, Smallz. Sure. I'm gonna mention a particular name. It could be an artist, it could be a producer, and then you tell me what you think about it.
Lol mo tengen today fi hot seat.
Oh yeah, I'm just going to do that.
Why share all more?
Alright, I'll start with a very easy one, Jelly Madi.
Wow, easy.
Easy.
When
Yeah.
I think of him,
Yeah, what do you think of it? When I say Jelly Madi, what comes to your mind?
honestly,
Yeah.
he's my family, let's say, first and foremost. So whatever I'm gonna say, people don't take it different. He's my family, and I have so much respect for him. He's a legend, Mumtamid. He's been there for a long time and still keeping it, you know, in this generation, still doing shows. So I have so much respect for him. And vocally, Jelly Madi is like one of the best vocals Gambia has, you know. But to be honest, I wish I can write songs for Jelly Madi from my point of view. I am very strong to say this because I have so much respect for him, but I don't mean this in a bad way, because you want to write for an artist, they think that his writing skills is not enough. But I have a vision, and I'm also playing instrument. He's playing instrument. I feel like I can give greater songs to Jelly Madi. I feel that because there are songs that I also wrote that they are not for my style, but I feel Jelly Madi can do these songs, you know, and definitely this is what I feel, but I'm not gonna stop at this. Hence, you put me on spot. I got songs and I want us to work on them. Do more way, see Ben song, but I want to be able to direct them because I have the vision, and I think if we have somebody like that too, Jelly Madi could blow Tamid bigger in a bigger audience.
Jai be the conqueror.
Njai be the conqueror. Yeah, I cannot say much. I can say much because we live together, you know. We live together, and he was really there for the BK family. I'm on the time but I'm the BK. You have been there to camp. Doing them I'm for them talk. Why Njai be kiram them talk. And all he was doing was to provide food and then music. and this was the reason why we were going there, and we had access to this as much as we want. I mean, the whole BK used to be there.
Suku suku.
Huh?
Suku suku.
Suku.
Carry on. Guy understand.
Anyway,
No, the guy understand.
Understand now. I understand.
No, guy understand. You understand.
But yeah, so yeah, this is what I can say to Njaibi, and I don't know Kuneka access situation why he stayed in Europe at that time, but I was also thinking Njaibi had such great vocals, Bohamne, he could have been here as well, because he was one of the very few talented ones Yohamne come so they get music and associate with Jamaica or international. So that's a great potential, you know. But like I said, Kuneka access situation, once more was I'm not time we have to stop now for a while, put momuna defiant and things, you know. So music is like that. You just don't have to stop it no matter what. But also people have their own conditions and their own situations.
Two more.
What?
Two more. No, that's the nyar legi.
Okay.
Jizu.
Yeah, I got mad respect for him. One, as an artist, mom, he's like munana first have start and still be very arrogant about it or whatever. But he still reflects and celebrated me no lack of oyesa to say na first full stadium you have inspiration from T.Smallz, or even big me up because of one of people like T.Smallz. You are here today. Like that's a big credit for a venue, for an event like that. Because anybody who respected Jizo will automatically respect T.Smallz for Jizo to say that. So it's like Delo wanted Jukal Ayut, you know. So I have so much respect for him on this way. But I still need to see him and talk to him one-on-one, you know, because yeah, that's between, let me say it like that. That's between my mom, you know. Yeah. But I have so much respect for him, and it's always been respect my mom. My mom was like magaraka kind of thing. Always don't stop the fight, keep fighting all the time. No matter what they say, we'll stop. And I want you to do the same thing. And at this point in time, Dinala wanna like, because it's advantage to have a deal with Universal Records. You can say Jizu right now, he's having most of the streaming for us internationally, you know, and it's not direction you guys gonna collaborate with more international artists. So officially it's not only like STB, and you need to push yourself, put them the Jizu is going to that direction. So senior support, support, because then he's gonna open ways for somebody, so many people. Pave a lot of way for a lot of artists. Understand it's not about him anymore. He made it already. True. All he had to do also is to pave way for artists, because at the end of the day, that's what we are doing this for. You know. One
more before you them jelly ben a song say album be. ST.
This I have no problem with him at all. Remember arguing. But one thing I am not happy about, daily Amuton, I was not gonna say, to be honest, between Suma Digante Yala. You know what I mean? Because man, I don't use anybody for a hype, or I don't beg people to,
I know
be
that.
in my position.
I know
or
that.
do mala use for my I'm fame, or do mala use for my nekasisma position. Nah, I will never do that. But I'm not happy with him because she dafa def show bo xamne like show bu magla invite ñu yep, but when I get to the venue ma wara perform, you know, when I estimate the time I'm there for judge and he has to perform, you know. You cannot do that to a household name, or especially somebody, yo, album you know, producer be man mala introduce ak mom.
And a few.
I called you to come to my house and talk to this guy, so ngeen muna ligay. And from there, ngeen start the ligay a lot of bed, ngeen muna launch album, you know. I have no problems with all of that. I have no problems with Lolan Def as your producer be, or whatever success you have there. That's what I want. That's why I called you. Smoko bugutan du bala musa or mon magical producer be ticket. Mun nako beru si bir ne bi man kenam ligay. But I called him. I called Baibabu. I called Parham. I called Nobles. I called few other artists. mënoon naa selfish ma ne bàyyil man kay dama liggéey no face bugguma sax waaye dama ne no face ne style booy def nii Gambia ñoo ko gën a soxla doon Sénégal sax Sénégal gisaa ko so bàyyil ma oo booy ngeen start di liggéey dina la dimbale dina dimbale booy naka la moo dimbalee booy seen music dina change.
And then this is where he perfected his art likewise.
Exactly,
yeah.
like just to be honest. So album boobu noonu launching bi jot man ma ñëw backstage solo very nice pour ñëw perform nga ne sa time dafa jot doo perform who are you? You know me, so and since that time my mom we could not sit to figure that out, you know me, and yeah, it's sad to say, but I'm not happy about that. So they know what do I have to say about ST. So Lolu in general, I wasn't happy about that. But apart from that, I have respect for him as an artist, as an individual, and then Fofu Nunla. But I'm not happy about the situation. And Lolu no fair because at the end of the day, sudu darasa kulare rek the fact ne mantami musnala o manala na kaya definitely ni yotam sa so suju de suju perform te si show bobu sa war nga bay small perform si show bobu no as ñun Gambians ñun de doxale.
Exactly. That's Smalls for you.
Exactly.
Why I love him more? Do they bit about the bush?
I don't.
He hit it straight, and he always speaks from his heart, and that is something lo hamne lo lu ñaka fi la ñu bari nak leen de laaj questions ñu la boy am nga ni rek suma way la.
No, I'm not.
ñu wacce caméra bi ñu la boy am nga rek.
No.
And that's Smalls.
Marana wako boldly. It's better for me.
Yeah, I do.
Like I said, I have nothing against Wagan and X-Man Smokotol and Denyowa, but when it comes to new ones, it does Luma and Wafi, Luma wa SDF Smokogise na kawana da buy some no, you shouldn't have to do that.
Sure.
Yeah. But
sure.
We never talk about it because we legacy sa. Very recently, Buma knew it the next day. I saw him and we just found each other and then we good. So everybody's just doing their thing.
Gambian Zone Hot Sit. It's November 6th, Lanyo Wajal celebrating a big icon, a legend of Gambian music in trouble, Smalls, Qatar to Turi Dajala. What time Prince of BK? Well, still Prince of BK, well, a king of BK, I will call him. And them usually been a clip, Jongama wala tele, bosi jelek, it's good. But before that, you them Nakala Tudati, airport. Last time when Smalls was arriving, a huge crowd not turn out, do what he can say, but I want footages of that, and then from there the song, and then from the song we come back to Gambian Zone Hot Seat right here on QTV with Jollof Entertainment. You know what? Yes.
Ready? Let's go. One man in a Jongama, dohal Jongama, one man in a Jongama, dohal Jongama, tahawal kay gel photo. Danga refet logo. Danga ser man you rich man you cool. Yeah, queen my king kongur. Kon jalal. Gale body bad. Come give me that, no. Senegambian girl with a big waka. She dance to my afro and dance to my dagger. Rock digging that.
Hot Seat after Munji say Jongama, these footages of Smalls we mo ñew and lolu mo ñew lead to si lan lañu dem. Smalls we've seen now it's been more than a year or nearly 2 years.
Yeah, 1 year 7 months.
Wow.
Yes, nearly 2 years.
Yeah, because right. Gabi.
Yes, sure.
Right. Smalls basically what you Smalls na legi dafa dika out permanently wala va dem ak ñew. People need to know.
Let's say it like this time yaga na fa. let's say.
Moo tax ma laajte loolu.
Waaw,
because man dama naan always brag no Smallz bokkul si gars yi su demee lu mu yàgga dafa ñëw. boy
Yes,
Smallz
that's
dafa
true.
ñëw.
That's
but this time mu am 1 year 7 months I was beginning to be like ba Smallz du mel ni kooku ak kooku doodu. kooku doodu ak kooku doodu.
Actually, mine dafa xaw a utee tuuti because over the years comme na ko waxee over 8 years maa ngay tukki di dem di ñëw and time boobu la gën a la métti time boobu mënoon naa stay but I never stayed but time bi nii bu ma stay it's because number one I'm not Kate léegi I'm not going there to struggle for papers I'm not running away from the police. I have
So you had to do that at what point of time?
If you, no, so I'm gonna take
Yeah.
Come here, then nga dem Europe and then some time exhaust nga stay. Of course, being a dog police or
Yeah, man.
of course. So man, I'm one struggle, but I got them for them, and then I got the paper with my wife because we are married. So Lulu is one reason why Mamuna Yaga Fufunu because Corona bang just knew one that time. That I could have everywhere at halt. So I use that opportunity to fix everything that I need to fix because then I have a child there. You know, to small dom jaral na ma pour man ñu bari dañ fogg na sa yaga bi yeb corona bi la way corona ñewon na beje but suma dom bi tamit I need to stay pour Muhammad as mom papa. You know, so basically pour ma muna replicate yoy nonu yeb at those time do don't possible because ma ñewé Europe rek du dé yaga ma bëgg ñew Gambia because I need to continue. Waye comme que corona amna I have a lot of time pour ma muna def all of that whilst dara du ma raw because shows nekkul di happen. So I use that opportunity to be there for a while. So whilst being there I fix everything that I need to fix to be in the system. You know, because Europe foog nga nekk as a system. You know, you need to get the papers and the QI and all of that. And then I started in school because Corona was not allowing me to talk. So at the same time, mangi ligay. You know, preparing for Corona to be over, then we on. So it get to a point where I couldn't wait anymore because I have a legacy here. I'm a household name here, and the most important part is my family, my loved ones here. They're like, music is forced for this guy. So again, it's life I'm done call this stuff. Sure. So everybody was supporting me to make sure that Modelo on track. So the time being needed, but at the same time, I already kind of pre-planned it. Corona tamit su ñëwutee at some point foog ma nekk foofu noonu a little while. You know why? Because suma doom bi. You know, because that was like the major key ne suma doom bi duma bugga mu maam suma doom ba pare ma toog Gambia and then may wax ak moom si téléphone ba mag. You know, I don't want that personally. So I want him to grow. The Europe soo nekkutee si sa boori doom then sa side ak fo jógee du ko xam. So for man suma doom mu xam li is more than any kind of money, any kind of fame.
Sure.
So I'm happy I'm able to be there. Understand the Mandinka, he knows the Papa Africa la jógee and he knows all of that. And then Mako muna lakal suma laki mother tongue. You know, so all of that are giving me good reasons to be able to be there for a long time. You know, and second, what's more important is fee. Generation right now, anybody who did something big come obviously has something transpire na suma digante mo. You know, either being an artist on the same stage or either small stuff like inspire as an artist, or either there was one time we were doing the same thing. So lan mo maraw. So anybody who is doing anything agluñ la xamé dinañ xam Smallz no. In fact, especially ñoo xamné like they did big shows and they still say Smallz inspired me, like Jizzle. You know, and Jizzle is still on top of his game. So that is giving me relevance. It's making people who follow Jizzle and still have respect for me. So I think man suma boss is kind of special. Lul moma dimbalebe tay ba muna ñew and people still come to the airport to come and welcome me, you know what I mean? So I have to just say munon na des Europe long time. Why so gisee desuma tamit there was a reason a lot of people look up to me. And now look at my desk for this long because of situation and yeah, I just have to make sure I use the opportunity at the right time. And I don't have to go to do visas anymore to go to Europe per tour. You know what I mean? And which is important for me as an artist.
Sure.
Man si man legi la gana muna tour around the world then because it's easier. I'm gonna understand.
Sure.
Or especially around Europe because then it's more easier for me. I don't have to go for visas or anything, you know. So give thanks. I am able to come back and still meet everything here again, but to the extent I am able to do a show at the stadium, you know. So patience, and that's it.
And from day one, you were one of those artists who was bold enough for most all of your shows. You do it with a live band. Okay, right now we have top Gambian artists in terms of delivery, in terms of Faisal Palace, but then they perform do they perform a live band, or they just do semi-live and all. I just know how it is being done internationally. What is your own take on that?
I mean, the reality behind it is Soko Defute League is a tool we should begin outside the world. See major platforms show them looking for fake. So even though Soko Defute, so what's the purpose of bringing that huge crowd that you're at some point in your life career and platforms you have life is the ultimate. Any musician should maybe make to the peak. Hamal ne life la more def, you know what I mean? See biggest platform award shows you or music festivals you love for the figure live band, you know. So so at some point as an artist, I think when they call helat, life it comes in different forms. Dinga am ñoo xamne like duñ mëna def full live band without even ñoo xamne mën nañ ko def without even backing vocals. Dina am ñoo xamne backing vocals suñ fa nekkuté duñ ko mëna def, you know. Dina am ñoo xamne like they even want the auto tune to be on the stage. Dina am ñoo xamne they want some feeling from their songs with a DJ on the stage. So man dama feel ne amuñ excuse ne mënu ñoo def live band if you have to get like 20,000 people in front of you. You can still sound like your song. So why xam la rek dafa am nuñ ko dé défé yow lolu ngay mëna def rek pour nga am that live groove, see a bigger audience. Why I feel and I know ne Europe they're all like more than 3,000 people sir. And I'm gonna say club you magi. But on festivals or musical concerts, they'll call that amount of people and then nga play CD, nga playback. I know lolu moy dega bi bro. Do fa halat sa. Tuba bi duñ la setan. You know, even some clubs so play CD ñene duñ ko dé like they want you to play the instruments and play. You know, so means live part bi dafa over important. Te ben tay mën nañ ko def fi, mën nañu am DJs yi ñu drop songs yi and then bands yi di slam. You know, and there are a lot of instrument players this year. You know, why I'm also going like because I'm having a live band, so I'm trying to sabotage. I'm not definitely one live band. No, I'm gonna excuse. Next time when we are doing it on a bigger platform, we need to bring the life there. So comfortability, act 4-man band. But I'm gonna be back on vocalist. Utal backing vocalist. Utal DJ mu boka band. Utal voice box you have like your auto tune or all those channels will go there to your mic now never easy pre sound like you on the track, but still live and elements you know never important for fancy. So I think fancy play play major role ci lolu. Ñom ñoo dé jënd sen tickets yi ñom ñoo dé support. So waru ñoo nangu tamit nga déglu song bi ci kër bi on CD nga ñëw ci stage bi tamit borom am just tubal la rek ngay déglu the same song. I don't think that's appropriate. That's just the truth.
T.Smallz Katato fi ci Gambian Zone Hot Seat. Talking about band, talking about delivery on stage. We had this. We have the open mic. It is the biggest, or it used to be. It used to be the biggest musical festival.
Still biggest. Still Kisumangum Ben
I don't think
festival.
I don't think for the past.
But there is no festival yet.
Yeah.
Like a music festival.
But okay. For the past 2 years, the biggest crowd pulling event.
Yes, let's say it like that.
Yeah, let me say that.
Yeah.
Okay. We all love it, we all cherish it, and ñun ñep in one way or the other support nañ ko.
Definitely.
And artists yu bari bobu moy first time you play si band. But we've seen it die down over the past 2 years. From now ñun ñep la naxari and all, and you're playing for over and over and over. Ñeneen ak ñeneen, and you
over 10 years.
Yeah, you contributed in building it up. Tay soko gisee mu mel nu mel man gis nga ci am what do you think went wrong ba tay mu get struggle?
Wow, now ci hol mom like because dëkk bu nekk am na musical festivals. So kon duma su fekkee ne ci bi waa dëkk bi ñoo ko bil. And then the fact that we are part of the struggle from the beginning, you know, hustle bi rek put them monthly open mic bi every time as an artist, you know, and to the extent that mu ñëw nekk si venue si, you know, si rehearsal si, you know, ñu yëpp contribute nañ si gars yi. I think at some point kenn du bugga mu àgga si level bi nii mu fall out or mu am problème yu mag yi, but like the same thing lu ma wax si radio bi rek loolu lay wax mooy ne like it was based on hype. Artists bu gën a hype, artists bu gën a tànga, they are gonna be on the top list. So su artists yooyu noonu demee ba am doole ba gars yi mën a feesal stade bi ñoom kenn, so there is no need for them to be on the open mic, you know what I mean? So for me, probably they didn't see that coming, but for me it should be more like a valuable show boo xam ne mu am value boo xam ne like people are not, the concept should be based on that, not only hype, but we are putting this show for proper musicians, you know, proper musicians yoo xam ne dinañ mën a ñëw play for 1 hour, you know, or for 45 minutes, for 30 minutes, because they got the songs, they got the people, you know. So su fekkee ne loolu daf daan am da ngaa gis ne like it was not gonna be based on artist bu hype bi dina fa nekk benn tey artist boo xam ne kenn amul followers yu bëri, but he is musically oriented. Come, you can watch Jalimari for 1 hour without being bored. Yeah, I understand. So dinga gis ne day boobu noonu su jotee, then you have mixed crowd. Dinga am artist bu hype bi dina andi crowd am bi despite whatever, and koo xam ne like maybe hype ut noonu waaye dëkk bi xam nañ ne musicien la te mun na te su ootee tamit nit ñi dañ dee génne waaye maybe ooteem du bëri comme artist bu gën a hype, you know. So dinga gis ñooñu yëpp dinañ génne, dinga am mixed crowd. So I'm not saying I'm perfect by saying this, but I think show bi suñ ko doon direct to that level, then it will make more impact than it is now. Because why? Artists yoo xam ne léegi mun nañoo feesal stade bi yow open mic soo ñëwee pour fay gaay, what are you gonna pay them? Koo xam ne moom kenn su ko feesalee lu mu dee am ak yow nga bëgg koo play loo moom moo yeneen artistes yi, you know what I mean? It will be difficult pour nga mun a andi artistes yu ne. So at some point all the artists will wanna do it themselves, and they won't care about the festival. And so where people will say, okay, these people are investors, they need to make money from what they're doing. But yeah, pay attention. Lolu non danko wakena na T.Smallz. You know what I mean? Investors, it's not like then I'm Halis Bubari guy and you dugal yep sinu. Nah, we hustle that.
Yeah, you hustle with them and they hustle with you.
From one venue to another show to another show, then I got start to be able to even have the money to do it even without sponsors. Yeah, I understand. So it was all starting collectively. Of course,
did they outgrow the artists in terms of gigs?
I don't know, because man, I'm always there to defend myself. Ling in my face, suma hype mo ko suma hype neko for as an artist li like play ling in my face, and I don't care love fake kenen. Mo ko lijante sa. I understand why man suma value I was always putting it there. You know, I'm not saying this out of hate, because tell Ken I didn't forget like maybe I have brought ñooñu suma koto lañ Wagan ak T.Smallz. If I see them lu ma wax fii mun naa ko wax guy and I have no problems with it. You know, but the reality is like artists buñ demee ba mun a feesal, then there will be no need, because you also show bi concept bi foofu la base ñu gën a nekk di grind, ñu gën a hype, ñu gën a jël. That's one of the top criteria to make it in the open mic, you know. So yo, along the way tamit am na artist yoo xam ne ñooñu noonu andil nañ la crowd back in the days. Don't forget that. So the open mic should be a representation and a celebration of the past, not only the present. True. And don't want it because investors like they were jail hype artists, poor guy, you gonna make money. Nah, it wasn't like they am Halis bubaring in your dugal artist. Nah, man. It wasn't
then
like
you
that.
make Halis
They make the money with us together. Then you join in Tamsun Wala, not doing and that doing Lulu Kuneka Moham. Why man every time I ask for my share, no more bugate do my.
But obviously they made more money than the artists.
Of course, along the way. So it was supposed to be representation and celebration of the past also. So they were only celebrating the future. So future we should maybe up $1. What can you do? You're gonna be at the back.
The future we are present present.
I'm sorry to say, but man susuma gis non la and don't know what anything like si open mic time be legi. There is nothing that I don't know. We were there from the start. You know what I mean? We represented for you. Like I said in the beginning, then done first and full van, full BK, you just all t-shirt. How do you think that was happening? or nada from the then def lolu nonu rek pour sarax la ko no I expect you to reach a level bo xamne da ma owati nga ne ma lo ñu defalal won tay ñu la celebrate you know send then show bi tamit dina am value dina am nit ñi duñ fa nekk di dem just because of hype lañ bëgg setan no they're gonna go there with the concept ne li dinañ ko mëna expect bena bro kay mun na ñoo rek pam ko xamne maybe gën nga ko gis open mic for 5 years or bena ki mun na ñoo ko xamne muson na def lena ci xam nga then people will have that concept for the open mic but if people are watching all this art show bu nekk ki su fessel start dafa ndro open mic la already true and all of it is coming by the end of the year so yo so we get the show at this end people have seen all these people already best one
and most of the time asking how they do it before the open mic if you see this particular hype artist
say I'm like that
show man ga gis ñom ñep
if you're being careful who to hard then you have
you need to say that you need to say that and I respect you for that I respect you for that because comme nima ko waxe won li suñ boss la ñun ñepp ci gis suñ bop and if you see it dying down it hurts that's why ñun am nañ suñ difference but it hurts and we want it
ko xamne mom stage bi la fa fekk bu ek ci kaw stage bi ko do understand while ñun mi am na xam nañ the love we got for it Friday su jotté man ci lu mo nekk dama nañ ci open mic I'm gonna understand
hood to hood
you know so hood to hood be you know
that's true.
All of that was not happening so at the end of the day it was more like Shovi after Shovi December it's finished you know what I mean you're onto other things you know what I mean
that's true
yeah so it's like a steering we all belong to this if you have intention for the industry there's certain things that you need to put in place I'm sorry to say but
I love the heart to heart talk I love the heart to heart talk hot seat la mota xam nga yaram ma ngi tanga bu ngay ñaxa right now we're going to do this street segment for artists bu fi jaar nañ dem sa hood and talk to them the guy xam si yow ñu wax ko right now let's go do the street segment and then from the street segment we'll have reactions
represent
BK City ñu dem ñëwaat
am na lu ma xam ne buñ ko defoon jaamaneen am na lu ma feel de buñ ko defoon jaamaneen cause we can never be better only if we come together munyalante te enante jama let every man encourage each other.
Welcome to BK City boy BK City feel like T.Smallz dore te turi BK so dege turi BK City rek amal na T.Smallz motax ñu ne BK City understand T.Smallz am ngeen activité artiste yu bari la fi dimbale na wala depuis bu ko starté ba léegi king la once the king will forever be a king
T.Smallz daal mooy T.Smallz suñ time xale lu mun daf ko yàgga def du music bi du si football bi du si community bi yaa ngi understand so ko ko xamul tamit dégg nga affaire am in terms of Gambian music and stuff like that yaa ngi understand gaa ko door gaa daan grind bi ba music bi activité fu mu nekk
bu mo start the gather the Bakoteh youths together the life of ñoom Tams 50 xam nga di indi ñeneen ñoo xam ne jaruma tuddaleen sax ñoom xam ne xam nga in those days xam nga ñu form this BK City things time bu ñëw ay open mic ak yooyu mic festival we can all remember those days xam nga T.Smallz was one of the finest artists that Gambian can produce in those days.
It was one of the weapons you know dama ko daan use pour ñu win some games waaye sometimes sitting on the bench allow beneen team ñu sona loolu ma ne moom su ñëwee rek énergie bu mu dee mën a add into the team daf maa mën a jox dara so waaye li ma gën a lu ma xam si moom daal is a very disciplined boy no problem he's very friendly dama joke make fun with friends you know so at the time bu ma amee gars yi best friend am was Medo who friendly right now mu ngi America
trouble dafa garaaw dafa yàgg si game bi 15 years mi si game bi am so dafa disappoint ñëpp génne nañ si supporté ko trouble kay amul morom daal
star la superstar la fii la yoroo so def na everything fii am xam nga fii trouble na everything fii am so Bakoteh ñoo ko mën nañ tamit woon album am bi génn help ko all out so xam nga nañ try génn all out help ko.
Yeah, welcome back after the street segment. Them on BK City. You all know BK. You all know how much it contributed to Smallz's career, to the Gambian music industry. Smallz after Bodega is a guy.
I am so proud. I feel like BK is never gone. BK is always there, you know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. BK to the last DOT. Benarek.
Yeah, man. Gambian Zone di jaajëfal ñëpp Seni Dave Moses attack number 2, that is my boy C-Boy, and the executive producer Suleiman Sow. We are out until we come your way again. Gambian Zone right here on KTV. Bye bye.